With the Essential 8, with these two controls, what are the differences in the different maturity levels for both these
Yeah.
controls in terms of ML1 through to 3? What are the differences? What do I need to do differently to meet them?
All right. So generally for, I'll start off with restricting admin privileges and I'll just talk up the maturity level. So usually starting at maturity level 1 for restricting admin privileges, they kind of focus on, ensuring that dedicated privileged accounts are set up within the environment. Say, for example, if you got Entra ID, that you're not using an account that's licensed with your Office Productivity suite of applications. Ideally, you don't want an admin account to have a mailbox associated with like browsing the internet. You want to reduce that, so it's only used for its intended purposes. So they look for that in ML1. They also look at, I guess, whether organizations are doing user access reviews, like are privileged accounts reviewed on every 45 days? Has it been active? Hasn't it? Can you disable the account? That sort of thing. And then as you move up to maturity level 2, you start looking at more the automated processes, like, for example, are these privileged accounts that are not in use disabled? Or if it's proven to be running, I don't know, for 45 days of inactivity, make sure it's disabled. Then you run up, then it slowly builds up to the later or the more advanced ML3 level, where they're looking at things like just-in-time administration to ensure that those controls are in place, where people have to prove that they need elevated rights or roles to perform a specific task. And also at the higher level for restricted admin privileges, they're also looking at, I guess, event logs, like centralized monitoring and response times of a cyber event. So it's more the eyes on glass, how organizations are reacting to certain alerts within the, I guess, the more advanced levels of these controls. And equally for, I guess, for MFA, maturity level 1 starts off with ensuring that your organizations and all your admin accounts have multi-factor authentication enabled within the environment. That's at a basic level. Then you move up to your ML2, where it starts getting a bit more harder, more difficult to implement, where they also ask for, I guess, multi-factor authentication for privileged users on systems. So that's more your, I guess, privileged user systems, more your admin staff, whether there's MFA accessing those environments, whether that's in place. And that's from my experience, that's where we start to see gaps. A lot of organizations don't have MFA set up on back-end servers and systems, so it's a bit more difficult for those organizations to implement, especially when it's on-prem infrastructure. It becomes a bit more challenging for those guys. And then we move up to the MR3, which again, let's say follows the same theme where, okay, are these event logs essentially managed, or is there, I guess, eyes on glass if there's like a cyber alert or event for the team to respond? So that's the logical flow that they follow. They start off very basic in their controls, and they slowly, I guess, escalate in complexity to implement.